All right. I'm here. I'm weird. I'm out of control. No, actually, I'm trying to be pretty normal because, people get a little bit crazy or they get a little bit out of hand. They misbehave and they think that that's what people want to see, or, they do all sorts of slimy stuff. And then it's just basically just like some person just like trying to wiggle their fingers into your back pocket and steal your wallet. And, I mean, like, that's not really what I'm about, I'm not trying to like steal your money, I'm not trying to take anything from anybody that I didn't earn, okay? So yeah, give me your money willfully, authentically, genuinely give me your money because you just look at me and you're just like, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." Jesus. Everyone's so cheap. People are so cheap. Do you realize that, man? And I almost don't blame them. Like you, like watching this video. Who's ever gonna watch this? I bet you're cheap. I'm just saying. And you know what? That there's nothing wrong with that. I was cheap for a long time until I realized how cheap I was, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta be a little less cheap than this, because I pretty much just had probably the worst situation. I had some pretty gnarly times in my day, and I would like to say it was the best of the worst, the best of a of the of a wait, the best of a bad situation, the best of a bad situation. Yeah, no, you can make the best of it, but it's not going to change. So much for optimism. And I think you probably heard the whole pitch, the whole spiel before. So I'm trying to go in a different dimension. I kind of trying to go into a different direction here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like it's kind of crazy, making a video on the internet, talking about stuff because I just feel like it takes a certain type of person to do that, to do certain types of stuff. I feel like some people are just like, I don't know, they do certain things, and you just take a look at them and kind of what they're about and you have to wonder why. Why can't you just, you know, just post something? I don't know. I think it's quality control. People are trying to manage what they're doing here. Me, I don't really have a lot of quality control. I mean, I do, but I kind of just like, kind of like throw some stuff online, not really too worried about it. There's just so many people online. It kind of disturbs me to think of myself as just some person in a little thumbnail trying to get people to click. Don't really like to think of myself like that. And I definitely don't want people to feel that way whenever they click on my video, but it just seems so hard to initiate a conversation, you know? If there's not a lot of people already there, you feel kind of like, like like it's like saying something in a guy in a room with nothing in it and it's white walls and there's just the guy over there like me like in the corner on a computer just working away and you try to say something in the comments, try to say something to me and I'm just like, oh, yeah, he said something and then I just keep on working. That's kind of what it's like, you know. I I don't know. I hate to sit here and say that everybody's comments are just, so worthless or just, they don't really, you don't really have much there, but some of the time if you just say something average, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. That's what the whole internet has turned into, though. A lot of the spaces, a lot of the places, they're just kind of people trying to get the best comment, trying to get the best, so bored. Everyone's so bored. But I guess I was going to talk about in this video the day everything changed. Yeah, the day everything changed. That could probably be like a movie or something. Yeah, that could be a book too. I mean, I should probably write that book. Write that book, that book, that book, that book, that book. I've written a lot of books, so I have to be kind of careful nowadays. Like, I don't want to write a book unless I really feel like, hey, this could be good, you know? Because I used to just write anything. You should have seen me, man. Because I've written like a bunch of books, mostly little short books. I like writing little short, little satire books. I didn't even know what satire was until like a couple years ago. I didn't even know. I just call it comedy. I mean, I don't even know what the difference is really. It's just satire, comedy, satire, just different ways of saying it, basically. You know, um, but yeah, I don't know. Sitting over here trying to come up with some good stuff, and then And I figured I'd talk about this because I don't know, it just seems just useless enough to work. It just might work. It's stupid enough to work. You know, that's pretty much comedy. It's stupid enough to work. You probably want to be more dumb, than smart. I think that's kind of the thing is, you say something good, but it's got to be in the language of other people, because that's what I'm saying. These other people, like, why won't they like me, like talking like this on camera? I just feel like it's like people don't be doing that, like people don't be doing that like that. They don't be doing that like that. I guess not too many people out there have too much to say. Really, they don't really have too much to say. They haven't lived enough life. That's probably the number one problem about like a young person trying to make it online is like, I don't know, like, do you really have anything good? Or are you just gonna like rinse and recycle stories from the internet? It seems like to a certain point, people just get so kind of enclosed because they don't want to do anything too dangerous. I mean, if you're in that crew, I mean, there's a certain amount of people. Probably most people probably don't want to live that dangerously unless they're like really like, okay, it's worth it if I die this time. Like you're just like so safe, no risks, no nothing, and then one day you might just take a risk. I feel like a very small percentage of the population take like big risks. You know what I mean? And probably because if they don't, then someone else is gonna do it. Well, okay, yeah, there's a very small percentage, but other people will do it, but they're replaceable, but committing evil for money. But yeah, so it's like I feel like a small percentage actually is like that. Like a small percentage, like okay, well, can I even say this? A small percentage of the population is mentally ill. Because like statistically, they say like, oh well, then like not that many people really are registered, like registered depression. Register my depression, jeez. Register depression, your whatever mental illness stuff you got going on. So really, it's not that many people that could probably understand the things I'm saying if I'm gonna be this nut job lunatic up on the internet. I don't know. I don't know. Like some people, I don't know if they really are considered mentally ill, but I think they got some issues. I don't think everything can be resolved just by saying something to someone. Like you tell someone the answer, and then they know what to do. You give someone some advice, and then oh my gosh, they're different now. Like that doesn't work. That doesn't work. And so like for me over here, to be some preacher or something, I actually totally despise that. The whole preach it, brother. I totally am not into that. It's just like a stand-up comedian. If you think about it, they're kind of a preacher in a way, but they don't have to sit here and be like, yes, we're worshiping Christ and we're singing songs about Christ and worshiping his long johns and all of his back hair and his little mustache hairs. And I don't even know what the hell. I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. You know what I mean? I don't mean to talk about religion and politics. I don't mean to do that. I feel like I'm not really doing that, like, seriously. Like, if you're not doing it serious, does it really count? Does it really count? Like, like I know that a lot of people are like, don't do that. There's one thing, couple, there's probably the two things you don't want to talk about, especially on the internet, because we all know what that turns into. But I'm gonna have to get back on topic here because you know what? I apologize if I broke off here because that's kind of my problem. Is I have so many directions I want to go with what I'm saying, and then I just totally just burn out, and I'm just like, oh man, I should go back to what I was saying originally because I had like two or three different things I wanted to say right there. And then they kind of got all tangled up, and I'm like, oh no, I'm racing to the finish this one, and then I forgot what I was saying over here, and oh my gosh, the wires in my brain are just not connecting. They just, I mean, they're working pretty all right, but I think that one day, as it is kind of scary. Everything's kind of scary, and it's like I just have like one day, what that would be like for something to happen where I was just impaired somehow. And I think getting older, you do become a little bit more impaired, and I can already feel it happening. And I'm just like, man, Time gets going by faster and stuff. And at some point in my life, I had kind of a moment. It's a series. It was like a collection of moments, really. I don't think your life will like really actually changes in like one moment or one day, but I guess you could call it one day. You could sum it up all in one day. I could sum it up in 10 minutes, but it was like a lifetime of trial, tribulation, mistakes, heartaches, trying to fit in, trying to figure it out, and trying to figure women out. Jeez, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. No, I have it all figured out. Actually, you know what I mean. Like I have them figured out. I don't. I probably don't. It's just like whenever like most people, I think they think they know, but they have no idea, kind of thing. Like you think about an actor. Do you really know what an actor does? Like you just sit there from the outside and watch the stuff, but do you really like know? Do you really know? Like me, what I had to go through, I was sweating profusely for a video, and you don't know. Say, oh, you're just sweating eating fries. there was, I was, there was some preparation. There was some nail and teeth and bone and arm and a leg thrown in the in the pothole there. Jeez, speaking of that, I hit a pothole the other day. It was terrible. I actually hit the same pothole twice in one day because I was in a particular area and I don't usually drive over there much, but I was doing something. So I ended up going around the block because I was waiting on something. And I hit this pothole and then I hit it again. It's like, oh my God, man. Jeez. Can I just put some dirt in it at least? You know what I mean? Like at least. Like just let me put some dirt in it and until you fill it. That's probably like the humane thing to do, right? I mean, honestly, if you think about it, is that really a big deal? I mean, like they could get that dirt out. That's actually a very reasonable, like, hey, city, you're not fixing this, and I drive by here. I don't want to fix it myself, so I'm gonna throw some dirt in there. Actually, is it really that hard? Can I just put some I don't know. Can I just fill it full of glue? Would that work? Like some plastic or something, or just like like melt some plastic in that? Uh, I don't know. Why aren't the roads plastic? Oh wait, that probably too slippery and too expensive. Yeah, why aren't the roads plastic? But yeah, so the day everything changed, I have my recollection of my life, and I have this kind of like moment where I had a transformation of myself. And I used to be a lot more crazy. I used to be totally nuts, okay? I couldn't even function. I've had a lot of problems, and I don't want to really get into too much of that because it's kind of sad, honestly. When I talk about some of that stuff, it's kind of my past is kind of sad. I've had a lot of terrible things happen to me, but I don't really feel like sitting here like I don't know, sitting here and complaining about it or something, or like, wow, such a cruel world. I really don't think that helps me just kind of move forward because that's all you can really do. And I've had these people, I've encountered people where they just, if like they just talk about their problems, man. You know, these people. And then some people just don't say anything. I think that's good to train yourself to just not say anything, like you're almost like a dog barking and no one wants to hear you bark, like, you're disturbing everyone, you know? That's why people don't want to watch your videos because you're barking the wrong way. Just you don't have to rough, 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 rough. Look at me, mom. I'm jumping in the pool. you know. I used to do that, by the way. Mom, 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 mom. Watch. I I jump in the pool or something. A pool. Wow. I wish I had a pool, man. That'd be great. So then I could just stare at it, not even swim in it. That's kind of the point of having a pool. Like I could if I wanted to, but I'm way too lazy for that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, I just had a thought. Could you build an artificial hiking place that wasn't real, but it like interacted with the weather and stuff? Maybe like change colors with the sunlight or something. Like something really cool like that. Wow, someone's gonna steal that idea. I just invented like an ingenious amusement park. Like build it like a video game, you know? Like a video game in real life, but it's just a place to walk around. S- Nature isn't that interesting. Jeez, man. How much are you gonna be out there? I love the outdoors. Yeah, that's okay though. No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I don't blame you. I mean, I know. You're just one of those people. You just like looking at trees, stuff. Ah, great outdoors. Ah, take a bit fresh air. But yeah, it's kind of strange how it happened because I can't, I can't, I can't live with myself once I realize something. Like once I really connect the dots on something and I realize what's going on, it's hard to continue on that way because it can be kind of embarrassing. So with me, I think one of the biggest things was like realizing how just ignorant I was. That was one thing. Like I was pretty much in denial, kind of drank too much alcohol. And then, I haven't drank it in a long time, by the way. I was thinking about it though. I was thinking about it. I kind of want to, especially if I want to be like cool in America. I should probably drink a beer. But getting back to, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Leave me alone. But yeah, so basically just kind of realized how ignorant I was. Like, dude, look, man. Like I know it's like this is almost like sitting myself down, like intervention with myself, really, which is great because not a lot of people have that. But it's like, look, man, I know you think of yourself as this good looking, great, talented person with all of so much to give, so much to give. And, you know, you're somehow, your life, how do I say this without just like totally like just making myself look bad? Because, it's kind of egotistical, but it's like, you're so like high on yourself, basically, and it's just like, you have to reach a point where you're like, okay, well, what have I really achieved? Let's look at all this stuff that I've achieved. Okay, no college degree, avid gamer, I've gamed a lot. I've written some stuff. I've done some artistic stuff. Okay, well, let's do more of that. Let's see where we can take that. And then I ended up trying a bunch of stuff, and after a while, and then just been on so many different grinds. See, that's the funny part is you can go on a grind, but can you take it all the way? Because like if you do it for a couple years, that's cool, but can you like just like do it until it's like boom, you made it? Who wants to put in that much work, man? That's like sacrificing yourself. It's like, it's almost like comedy is almost like you have to sacrifice yourself, like you're sacrificing yourself to the comedy god or something. Like lay me down and get rid of this person I am. I am now a comedian. And everybody knows my lines. My lines are so great. They subconsciously infiltrate mainstream society, and everybody's having a laugh. I'm so gassed. I don't know where that. Well, I don't even know. I'm so gassed. Is that what people say when they're drunk? So yeah, I don't really want to use my nerdy voice here. So you know, but yeah, I just reached a point where it's like, man, and like people can't do that. That people don't have that. So I'm glad I had that. Where I just reached a point where like, man, you really need to like just put your mind to it. Do like getting better, like mentally and all of this stuff. Because I've been in some dark places, and now I just like people trying to put me in a dark place. If they have things to say about me, and it's like, no, 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 no. I've been through much worse than this. So you're being a little bit dramatic. But you know, yeah. So it was like I was in denial, about me and my life, and just kind of a lot of different things, and you have to accept that, like all of this stuff. I'm broke. I'm probably not as appealing as I would want to be. I don't have anything that I really want in life, and sitting here doing what I'm doing is just not working. So let's just do something different. I think it's similar to when someone goes through like a reverse change. It's kind of like the same thing, but you go the other way. So say you have everything working out for you, and maybe you get you get addicted to something, or you start drinking too much, or you do something, you start cheating on your wife or something, whatever happens, that you have this problem, and it just spirals you out of control, and then you go the other way, and then maybe you might come back, so I kind of just got done with all of that kind of stuff. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that are pretty smart, like even though they could be doing like you know things they shouldn't be doing, or things that are bad for them. Some of those people are actually pretty smart. They like people usually, if they have a problem long enough, they know they have a problem, and you know they just probably really don't want to change it. you know I don't know. It's just the way it is. I just see it everywhere, with a lot of different people, usually online. I think mostly I'm talking from an internet experience, to be honest. Like, think about that for a second. You used to like have conversations about things that happen in real life, and now we just have conversations about things we've seen on the internet, and rarely anything really happens interesting in real life. I mean, I'm just saying, like, probably most of people's lives is just happening online. You know, like probably like 99% of it, everyone's life. Okay, 90%. Okay, well, no. Okay, well, do work a job. Okay, so that does count. So maybe some people. Okay, so maybe most people probably 50%. Maybe if you have a wife and kids, maybe 30%. How much of your life? Me, I'm like 100%, because I guess I achieved everything. I've hiked the mountain, really. I mean, at this point, I mean, I think. Well, I think I'm going up. I'm getting somewhere here. So I'm trying to reach the peak of my existence here on the internet. So yeah, I need to make that a video title. I'm out of here. Everything changed. Too much. There's too much for me to say here, man. This video is way too long. I'm out of here.